All right, so just to get started here, this is INT118, Fundamentals of Hydraulics and Pneumatics. It's a 3 credit hour course. We are here for a little bit longer than that. We will be starting at 5:30, going to 9:15 every time we meet. So about 4 hours. I'm your instructor, Allison Bush. As for my office hours, I will try and post those on Blackboard soon. I just now kind of started finalizing that, so I'll have those posted soon as I can get that out there. Okay. For the course description, you're going to be working with hydraulics and pneumatics. You should be able to perform preventive maintenance functions on different systems and know the different parts and what they do. There's a couple of textbooks. The first one is Pneumatic and Hydraulic Maintenance. It's a Schoolcraft Publishing, available through the Lawson State Bookstore. The other one is called the Fluid Power Data Book by Womack Educational Publications. If you do nothing else, get this particular book because this one is one you'll be able to use as a aid on your tests. What you also need is a scientific calculator with trig functions. Your phone is not supposed to be used. You need safety glasses with side shields. If you don't have those, you need to work on getting them. You won't really need much of a flash drive, but you do need standard school supplies. A computer or some sort is great, but at least a pencil and a piece of paper. You definitely need the pencil because I don't like my labs done in pen. That's not my favorite thing to deal with. You need to be able to get on Blackboard daily to be able to get to everything we're going to be doing. You have to be on Blackboard as a matter of the course. So we'll be working on lockout tagout procedures, how to perform tasks in a safe manner, the importance of adhering to safety policies. Safety is a big thing because a lot of this stuff can hurt you in the long run. You'll be looking at reading and interpreting schematics, installing system components, explaining principles of pneumatic systems, assemble basic systems in hydraulics and pneumatics. So we'll get to play with a lot of fun toys with this. All right, so let's get to the good stuff. The one thing that everybody always wants to know is, how am I going to calculate my grade? Well, this is how you calculate your grade. For some reason that has dropped out. So tests are 25% of your grade. We give 3, we drop 1. That does not include the final. Never does, right? Assignments are 13% of your grade. Required supplies 3. First week quizzes are 4% of your grade. You know, that might not sound like much, but that can put you from a B to an A. So recommended you go ahead and knock that out. Really not that bad. The troubleshooting lab is 15% of your grade. Basic lab is 20, and the final exam is 20%. So there is that. Again, tests, there will be 3. The lowest score will be dropped, just like we always do. The final is not counted among these tests, so you have 3 tests and a final. Okay? So 3 tests and a final. Assignments, I think I've got most of them posted. I'll go back and double check. But they are on Blackboard, so check through your assignments and make sure you're doing them as we go through. Attendance. If any of you have ever taken a class with me, you know my attendance policy, but just to reiterate, I am not your parent and I'm not a truancy officer. Y'all It's y'all's responsibility to be in class. I'm not going to go hunt you down, drag you in by the ear, tell you, no, 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 you're supposed to be in class. It's up to you to be here. So I will try and count you depending upon whether you actually are here or not. Okay? So I'm not a big fan of lateness, but again, it is up to you. You're adults. Be here as you need to be here. And that is that. If you're not able to attend class regularly, you should officially withdraw from the class because poor attendance does interfere. A lot of the classes we have set up in this program, as long as you're here and doing the work, you should be able to pass. So all you gotta do is really be here and do the work and pay attention, and you're good. So I'll emphasize it enough. You just need to be here because we'll be doing some form of work or lecture every night. Bug. Jeez. It scared the crap out of me. All of a sudden, that thing came out of nowhere. Where did that come from? Yee. I don't know where it went. There it is. Okay. And all the guys are now laughing at us. Okay. All right, so academic integrity is something I hold very, very high, mainly because I have had it happen one too many times where people thought they could get one over on the teacher and they plagiarized. They cheated off a fellow student. They wrote down the same answers verbatim as other students and turned it in as their own work. Now, in certain things, you can understand that. But when you start seeing things like a multiple choice set plus a verbal answer set or a written answer set, and every answer is the exact same, including the ones that are wrong, but they are verbatim the exact same words, it's very easy to tell. And I've had this happen more than once where it becomes a thing of, well, here's this person next to me, I really might not understand this. So instead of asking them to explain it in a way that I might understand it better, I just sit there and go, hey, so and so, what'd you get for this? Oh, that's a great answer. Scribble it down exactly the same. And I catch them every time. I cannot tell you how many times I've caught that particular little surprise. So the whole thing is that I've gotten pretty good at catching that, and I really don't like to do it. You will get a 0 on the assignment, and you will be talking to me whenever I catch it. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. If I catch you too many times, I will turn you into Crawford. You will be having an issue with the actual school. So don't do it. It's just not worth it. Professional decorum. Basically, if you wouldn't do it at work, don't do it here. If you wouldn't wear it at work, don't wear it here. If you would not talk to your boss or talk to your manager in such a way, don't do it here. In other words, if you wouldn't do it around your parents, don't do it here. Okay? I don't have an issue with hats. I never have. As long as you don't pull them over your face and try and sleep in my class, we'll have no problem. As for sleeping, if I do catch you sleeping, I might just see if I can't find a nice heavy book, and you might have a rude awakening. Eating or drinking, I don't have an issue with you drinking in the classroom portion. Don't do it in my lab. And if you're in the classroom, it needs to have a lid. That is the biggest thing I ask of you is if you're going to do it in the classroom, make sure it has a lid that is able to be tightened down, closing the drink. That's just always a good idea when you're doing any of that kind of stuff. Okay. Dress code policies mostly is just don't come to school in your pajamas. I will say this, as far as inappropriate clothing, again, if you wouldn't wear it around your parents, don't wear it around me. Okay. Um, Sunglasses, they need to be prescription if you're wearing them. The only one I really have issue with on this is earphones, because if you're wearing your earphones, I know you aren't listening to me. Again, that's another big pet peeve. If you have course concerns, first of all, you speak to me. If you and I cannot resolve it, you speak to Rich Raymond and me. If the three of us cannot, figure out what's going on and how to fix it, we'll escalate to Nancy, and we'll go from there. But it has to climb the chain. We don't just kind of jump into talking to somebody like Crawford. Discrimination and harassment, don't put up with it. If you are disabled, you have to hand me a piece of paper that says you are disabled. That way I can make accommodations to that. If you have not handed me a piece of paper that says you have a disability, then I cannot and have no ability to make any special accommodations due to things like ADHD or anything like that. You would not believe the people that ask. Cell phones and pagers. I don't know that pager's been in my classroom ever since I started teaching. I think those went out in the 90s. But if you have a pager and or a cell phone, if you have a cell phone especially, please put it in silent mode so that it does not disturb your fellow students. Yes, I have said this many times in the past. Acceptable use policy. Don't get on anything you shouldn't get on. If your parents would be mad at you for getting on it, or they'd be shocked, chances are you shouldn't be doing it here at school. Statements of discrimination and harassment, like I said, I don't put up with it. If I catch it, I'm going to probably get on to you about it. Children on campus, not allowed. Why? Because children, I love them. I have 7 nieces of my own, but they tend to be very attention grabby. And in a classroom, whenever everybody needs to focus, and especially around equipment that may or may not cause harm to said children, that would be a very bad combination. So, yes. Mm-hmm. You're kidding. Okay. I'll have to talk to people. Let's see. The only thing I think otherwise on here is that profanity. Keep it clean, guys. If you happen to smash your finger, or you happen to grab something and it hurt, you get hurt or something like that. Things like that are a good reason to maybe let out a mild one. Okay? Yeah, holy cannoli, things like that. Try and keep it clean. That's all I ask. Yeah, I know a lot of us in this society today tend to use it as a way of expressing ourselves, but try and keep it clean. All right. Any questions on the syllabus? It is available on your Blackboard site under your Start Here, syllabus, and all that. Scroll down past all the folders and you see where the syllabus is. That being said, if y'all have any questions, let me know, and I will try and make sure where the books are at this time. Thank you for asking. Yes, we will be meeting. We will not be doing online classes unless required to do so. We will be meeting in person every time. We will be practicing social distancing, whereby you will all be required to wear your mask. and stay 6 feet apart and all that fun stuff. So that's how we will be handling that. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Any other questions, guys? Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else on this syllabus I really need to go over. I don't think there is. Get out of that. And drag that back over. Let's see. So the first things y'all need to make sure you do before next class or before next week is to go ahead and do your first week quizzes and agreements. That is your first assignment. Assignment 2 for this class is to send me an email just to make sure that I have a way to contact you and you have a way to contact me. If y'all have any questions on that, please do let me know.